Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy. SAF tightens measures to prevent heat injuries. You see, they seem to always be reacting to what's happening. The minister said the Singapore Armed Forces has introduced steps to improve the way it manages heat injuries among national servicemen, following lapses and breaches in training and safety as well as casualty mismanagement that led to the death of a serviceman in April. Sounds familiar? Like SCDF, also mismanagement, also people doing all sorts of nonsense. We seem to be reacting to incidents all the time. How about the minister being ahead of these kind of things? There should be no excuse. Stop having incidences like that in our SAF, in our SCDF, and I don't know what else will happen in the other areas. Former Defence Chief takes over at SMRT. Ex-SAF commanders take on SMRT human resource roles. Good luck to the new team at SMRT. My advice to them, take the train every day. Go and look at the war that's happening in all the stations. Walk the talk. You know, it's called Kia Lai Kia Ki, not KKYLP. Kio Ka Yo Lan Pa. So, generals and colonels, please walk the talk. Singhealth breach work of a typical state-linked group. You know, it really scares me to think that this is another stupid game being played by evil men or women. But I don't understand why Minister Iswaran says they cannot tell us who it is. They're leaving us in the dark, making us all wring our hands in fear and thinking that this monster is hanging over our island. Tell us who they are so we know who our enemies are, so that we know how to defend ourselves. This article in Life is really cute, you know, about chatbox. And this article, how will Singapore fare in man versus machine? You know, we won't need drivers anymore. We won't need frontline service staff anymore. According to R. Dinakaran, who is, I believe, a nominated member of parliament, we also don't need nominated members of parliament. All we need to do is just have a chat box which we can put information in. You see, my member of parliament, when I approached him to help us with a bus service in the Kranji countryside, told me he's only a backbencher and there's nothing he can do. I asked him, why are we paying you almost $20,000 a month for doing nothing? You know, we should just replace all these useless members of parliament with a chat bot. But, Violet Oon, you will never be replaced by a chat bot, because you are doing a wonderful job of bringing back Singaporean cuisine. You know, I love your dishes, kueh pie tee, dry laksa, beef rendang, shepherd's pie, chicken pie, your Peranakan offerings, etc., etc. Your food is real food. 3 cheers to Violet Oon. Hip hip hooray. This constant chest thumping about plastic bag, I can't stand it. If people are not given free plastic bags, will they buy biodegradable bags and shove it down the rubbish chute? You know what is a bigger problem than just plastic bags? The use of polystyrene. That's why all our hawker centers are using polystyrene. Get rid of the polystyrene. We do not recycle in Singapore, because we don't really care about the environment. Just look around us and what we are doing. So stop chest thumping about plastic bags. You know, self-help groups, vital in helping the needy. Minister, I'm half Indian, half Chinese. So should I help my driver who's a Malay? The people are still trapped in their groups and suffering from poverty. And Miss Indrani Raja, you know, listen to this sentence. What he said was very insightful for me, that this Malay guy told her that he needed community support. Financial support is important, but that is not the key. Of course, financial support is critical. He is not going to stand up and tell you that he needs money. He doesn't want you to think that he's money-faced, but pay people well. That is the way to help these people. I need a sip of coffee before I continue on the last segment of this episode. I took the time to read both the pages in the Business Times to find out the answer to this week's topic. As the country turns 53, what do you think is one trait that Singapore society should cultivate more of? You know, all these people are top guns in their companies. They mention all the good things, you know, inclusiveness, confidence, kinder society, openness, adaptability, resilience, etc., etc. And my good friend Kenny Yap, the fish, mentioned kindness and graciousness. All very, very good sound bites, you know. But nobody mentioned honesty. I wonder why. Is it because when you're at the top, you cannot be honest? Our Prime Minister thinks Keppel's journey mirrors Singapore's nation-building story. I would worry if Singapore goes the Keppel way, because they were bribing people. They had to pay a fine of 500 million and they are only donating 10 million to ITE. And you know what's worse? The leaders of their company are all smiling and have never been jailed or taken to task. Now, if you're going to emulate a good company, this is the company. Not Straits Times, but DBS. This is a company that all Singaporeans should be proud of. They have always run a clean and honest ship as long as I can remember. They are run by good and honest men and women, and they do a lot to support the community. One of the most important things they do is to give a student loan to kids who cannot afford to go to university. So all organizations should be like DBS, run by good, noble men and women who do only good. So what do Singaporeans really want as a wish for their country? Today, on the eve of our 53rd year of independence, my wish is that all our political, business and religious leaders start by being honest. We need honesty in this country. Majulah Singapura.
My wish for Singapore is that we can become the arts hub in Southeast Asia, or continue to grow to become the central for the arts in Southeast Asia. Yeah.
My wish for Singapore this National Day is just for everybody to be more open-minded and support our arts, especially dance and street arts, and hopefully in the future we can offer more sponsorships, push them to experience more overseas and put Singapore in the world map.
Well, my wish for Singapore is to really see a happier population, people with better health, and hopefully they can pick up an instrument and avoid suffering from dementia.
My wish for Singapore is to keep fit and keep being a healthy nation and to be better in the future, definitely.
My wish for Singapore is for everyone to be happy, I guess. Yeah, I feel like happiness is very important for one's mental and emotional well-being.
I hope that more people can find jobs, because as of now the income disparity is quite big.
Okay, I wish happy birthday for Singapore, 53rd, and I wish for Singapore to support the Singapore art scene and for them to prosper.
We hope Singapore government will give more grants to the smaller setup, not only for companies with 3 outlets or more, but even with a single outlet, so that they can promote more healthier choice of food and beverages. Stay healthy and serve the nation.
Business good, everything is good in Singapore. We love Singapore very much.
Happy National Day.
Happy National Day, everyone. I'm taking a 6-week break after today's episode. In the past 13 weeks, I have criticized some people and I have loved some people. I hope that when I return for the next season of Coffee and Whiskey with Ivy, those wicked ones would have gone to confession and do good from now on. Otherwise, I will have to do something about them in the next season. In the meantime, may the good forces of the universe bless us all, keep us all safe. Take care.